Hi students, in this class we have to discuss something about the geological time scale. So a geological calendar has been formulated by assessing the age of the rocks and rock sediments. It is being done with the help of what is called radioactive isotopes, what is called radiometric technique. You can find out the age of rocks and rock sediments by using what is called radiometric, using the decay of isotopes. We'll talk about later. So the duration of the Earth's history has been divided into in chronological order, just like what we have the hierarchy in the taxonomy. Likewise, here also there is the hierarchy where you have the Earth's duration has been divided into eras. Eras are further divided into periods. Periods are further divided into epochs. So as per actually the norms, we have three major eras, and before we see that one also, some others, we don't want that one. What are the three major eras? Number one, Paleozoic era. So this is the Paleozoic era. During that period, many invertebrates actually were found abundant, and also the fossils found abundant. That is why this era considered as a cradle of ancient life. The fossil forms, the extinct forms, they were predominant, the invertebrates were predominant, etc. Hence this Paleozoic era has been called as cradle for ancient life or cradle of ancient life. The second one, that is Middle Age, what is called the Mesozoic era. So this is what we have the ancestral age, or what we have the primitive age. The second era, we have Mesozoic era. During that period, what is called the terrible lizards, the dinosaurs were dominant. Almost most of the reptiles were dominant, hence called golden age of reptiles. Then the last one, Cenozoic era. During that period, the origin of mammals, evolution of man, cultural evolution of man, all took place, hence called Cenozoic era. That is called age of mammals. So, cradle of ancient life, golden age of reptiles, age of mammals. I mentioned already, each era is further divided into periods. If we take the Paleozoic era, it is being divided into 7 periods, from the oldest to the recent. Now the oldest one, we have Cambrian. So during that period, a number of invertebrates were abundant. Hence this period is called age of what is called invertebrates. Particularly the marine invertebrates were present. Then Ordovician, the second one. The third one, Silurian, the origin of fishes, we'll talk about. The Devonian period, that was marked by the presence of large number of fishes, hence aptly called age of fishes. Then Mississippian, then Pennsylvanian. These two together called Carboniferous period. Carboniferous period, because during that period the forest sunk into the bottom, compressed and just modified into coal, the petroleum products, and that happened during the Mississippian and Pennsylvanian. So formation of coal and other products is called Carboniferous period. Then Permian period, the last one, which was marked by mass extinction of animals. 2/3 of the animals which now survived ever since disappeared during that period. Permian period was known for the extinction, mass extinction of animals. We'll discuss one by one later now. Now regarding the Mesozoic era, it includes 3 periods: Triassic, Jurassic, Cretaceous. Now during the Jurassic period, we have, so during the Triassic period, first I want to tell you the origin of dinosaurs. Then during Jurassic period, they all reached the maximum level. And during the Cretaceous period, they became extinct. So origin, then what is called actually reaching the maximum, culmination, and the Cretaceous period, the extinction of the dinosaurs. And also during the Jurassic period, we had the formation of fossil bird, toothed bird. For example, Archaeopteryx, a little later. So, origin of toothed bird, and also we have the flourishing of the dinosaurs. And the dinosaurs were normally called as terribilises. Then during Cretaceous period, they became extinct. They disappeared from that world. Then the Cenozoic era, age of mammals, which included two periods, one tertiary, another one quaternary. The tertiary period includes 5 epochs. I'll tell you one by one later. Then quaternary period includes 2 epochs. Totally 7 epochs are included under the Cenozoic era. Now we have to discuss one by one what are the animal groups and that were dominant during the different periods of Paleozoic era. Then pass on to the next. Now let's see the importance of Paleozoic era. So it was aptly called cradle of ancient life because more fossil forms, more animals and plants were dominant during that period. That is the primitive forms. Now here we have seen abundance of fossils of marine invertebrates. Abundance of fossils of marine invertebrates. Later what happened? 2/3 of the marine invertebrates and other animals disappeared. Now towards the later half, other vertebrates except what we have the birds and mammals actually appeared. I made a mistake, just please appeared. Except towards the later half, other vertebrates except birds and mammals appeared during that period. I mentioned earlier, it was divided into 7 periods. The names of the 7 periods were given based on the tribal people who lived just after the evolution of all these organisms in that area. For example, Cambrian, it refers to the tribal people and where one we collected the fossils, hence called Cambrian. And before the Cambrian, we have pre-Cambrian period also. That was marked by the presence of eukaryotes and also we have the multicellular lower animals. And Cambrian period, dominancy of invertebrates, hence aptly called age of invertebrates. Age of invertebrates. Then Ordovician. So during that period what we have, more invertebrates were present along with the freshwater fishes, ostracoderms. Ostracoderms means fishes with bony plates and various types of mollusks were present during that Ordovician period. So it is marked by the dominance of invertebrates. Then Silurian. So various types of fishes, particularly the marine fishes, made their appearance. So the origin of fishes, this is one of the questions, appeared during the Silurian period. And more fishes were evolved and then they reached the maximum level during the next period, what is called the Devonian period, hence called age of fishes because of the abundance of fishes. Maximum number of fishes were formed during that period. So many types of fishes. We have the lungfishes, the ray-finned fishes, low-finned fishes. For example, one type of fish what is called latimer. This is one example living today, but all the low-finned fishes have disappeared. They become extinct. So the Devonian period was aptly called this age of fishes because fishes were dominant. Then the Mississippian and Pennsylvanian together called Carboniferous period because the forest sunk into the bottom because of the compression and the dust materials converted into coal and other products. And that also marked by the formation of the mountains, the valleys, the rivers, oceans, partitions, etc. That's why it's called as Caledonian Revolution. Caledonian Revolution refers to the Carboniferous period. During that period, the mountains, the hills, the valleys, and even the rivers, the lakes, all have appeared. That's why it's called as Caledonian Revolution. So, Mississippian, that is marked by the earliest amphibians, the echinoderms. Then we have the Pennsylvanian, earliest reptiles, and finally the Permian period. It's also important. So during that period we have mammals like reptiles, but this is the period marked for mass extinction. Mass extinction. So mass extinction of fauna and flora occurred during what is called the Permian period. So it is known for mass extinction. I already mentioned 2/3 of the animals and plants which lived ever since had disappeared during the Permian period. It is known for that is mass extinction. That's about the Paleozoic era. We have to pass on to the next one, the Middle Age Mesozoic era. The second era is the Mesozoic era that refers to what is called Middle Age. And during that period, there was dominance of reptiles, hence aptly called Golden Age of reptiles. The terrible lizards and even toothed birds and many other reptiles were dominant during that period. Now it includes three periods: Triassic, Jurassic and Cretaceous. So during the Triassic period, origin of egg-laying mammals took place. During the Jurassic period, so already the origin of dinosaurs took place during the Triassic, but they were flourishing during the Jurassic period. So we have rise of dinosaurs. They were dominant and they were dominant on this earth, and they were the largest animals during that period. And also we have toothed fossil bird, the Archaeopteryx. The only bird had just a teeth. That is an extinct form, a connecting between the birds and reptiles, because it has both what is called the reptilian and the avian characters. As it has the reptilian characters, it's aptly called lizard bird. Aptly called lizard bird. Now the dinosaurs, they were the largest of reptiles, even larger than the mammals. That's why they were regarded as terrible lizards. Terrible lizards. So they were dominant during the Jurassic period. But during what we have the Cretaceous period, it was marked by the complete extinction of dinosaurs and also the toothed bird. So there were many reasons for that one. Maybe environmental factors, availability of food or competition, and there are so many factors responsible for the extinction of the dinosaurs, the huge the huge reptiles that normally just roamed around the earth. So extinction of toothed birds and dinosaurs, and during that period only the emergence of modern birds took place. So these were actually the evolution of the different types of animal groups during the Mesozoic era, but marked by the dominance of reptiles, hence called Golden Age of reptiles. Now let us discuss the importance of Cenozoic era. During that period, mammals were dominant, hence called Age of Mammals. Now this era is being divided into two periods, one tertiary and another one quaternary. Now the tertiary period is further divided into 5 epochs. So normally during the tertiary period, it was noticed by the abundance of mammalian fauna. Now what are the 5 types of epoch? 1, Paleozoic. So during that period, the placental mammals evolved. Mammals having the placenta. Eocene, it was very important because during that period, during that epoch only, we had the evolution of horse. In evolution, we are giving more importance to the evolution of horse because evolution of horse and man took place together. So if you find out the date of the horse fossil, then you can just find out the date of that is what is called the fossil man could live in the past. So Eocene marked by the existence of monotremes, the egg-laying mammals, but except echidna and the duck-billed platypus. So platypus and echidna is nothing but the anteater. Then also I mentioned already marked by the hoofed mammals like horses. Then also appearance of carnivorous animals started. Now Oligocene, higher placental mammals appeared. Then Miocene, origin of first man-like apes. We have seen already the Australopithecus, etc. Now Pliocene again was marked by, you see that one, origin of man, from man-like apes. That's the most important one. So when did normally the origin of men took place? That is during the Pliocene epoch of the Tertiary period. That's why I say the evolution of horse and then man took place simultaneously. Now the horse evolution is considered as an animal with oldest evolutionary history. So these were the different types of epochs in the past we had under the Tertiary period. We had to go one more, what we have, the Quaternary period. Let's see now. The period number 2 under Cenozoic era, that is what we have actually Quaternary period. Now it includes two epochs. One, the Pleistocene, that was marked by the gradual evolution of man. It took place during that actually epoch because the conditions were favorable for human evolution. And the age of man occurred during that period. That was marked by the Ice Age. So glaciers were there, that's why it was considered as Ice Age. The next one, the recent, what is called epoch, called Holocene. Now we are living in the interglacial period. During that period only we have the cultural evolution of man took place. So these are all the different eras and the periods, the epochs and their importance and significance. Now the next one is the dating of fossils. It is nothing but how to calculate the age of fossils. The age of fossils can be calculated by two methods. One, relative dating method. This is one of the methods. Now in this method, it is used to determine what is called a fossil by comparing it to a similar fossil or rock of known age. We are comparing the fossil. We have a standard fossil already, its age known. So we are comparing what is called this fossil to a similar fossil or rock of known age. That is standard value we have already. That is called the relative dating method. But another one is the absolute dating method. It gives more accuracy of the age of the fossils as well as rocks. Actually, it is used to determine the precise age of fossils by using what is called radiometric dating. Radiometric dating to measure the decay of what is called isotopes. Now, we are calculating the age of the rock. While we are calculating the age of the rock, we can calculate the fossil's age present in that layer of rock. Now, we are using what is called radiometric dating technique. Here, normally, the radioactive isotopes are found just in unstable form or stable form. To convert the unstable form into stable form, the radioactive isotopes undergo what is called the decay. So we have normally what is called the half-life period. The half-life period of any isotope that can be used for just actually calculating the age of the fossils. Okay, that is called actually this radioactive method. There are different methods. What we have, carbon-14 method, carbon-14 dating method. So the carbon-14 is an unstable, what is called actually radioactive isotope. When it had become what is called a stable isotope, then there is a specific quantity of half of the given amount of that radioactive isotope undergone decay to become what is called a stable one. And that is being calculated as what is called the half-life period. That half-life period can be used to measure the age of the fossils. We have different methods. One is carbon-14 method, carbon-14 dating, or we can say carbon-14 radioactive dating. So this is the best method to calculate the age of the recent fossils. We also have uranium-238 to lead-206. So this is unstable, this is stable. So it undergo decay, eliminating the alpha beta particles. So we are calculating the half-life period that can be used for measuring the fossils. So it's uranium-238 to lead-206. Then we have also potassium-40 to argon-39. This is another method. So these are the three major methods. Radiometric method used to calculate the age of the fossils. The best method is carbon-14 method, carbon-14 radioactive dating method used to measure the age of the recent fossils. Then uranium, just actually 238, plutonium-206. This is being used to calculate, that is what is called the oldest fossils. Also there is potassium-40 to argon-39. This is also another method to calculate the oldest fossils. This method is called radiometric dating technique. That one gives more accurate age of the rock as well as the fossils just found collected in that rock area. So this is called absolute dating method. So method of using what is called radiometric dating or aging method. So with that I concluded what we have. The lesson, that is evolution. We are to pass on to the next lesson in the next class. Okay, thank you.